Today I'm back with Rohan Malhotra, founder and CEO of ROADZEN Inc. And he's back, guys, with some awesome announcements we're going to talk about on today. Rohan, welcome
nice
back,
to see
man.
my
Good
friend
seeing
Chris.
you.
How are you?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's great for you to be back, and I'm happy to see you. I got a question I'm going to dive right into, and I want to make sure I don't mess it up, so I'm going to read it. The number one question I got is, yesterday you announced that your Drive Buddy AI platform landed a $5.3 million agreement to equip 3,600 electric buses and trucks, including city bus fleets in India. This is an amazing thing. You're already receiving essentially government contracts. Clearly this is something meaningful. Please talk a little bit more about that.
Our Drive Buddy system is basically an AI system that allows you to make your fleet safer,
Yes.
right? And over 4 billion miles of real world driving in the most complex road conditions in the world, we have shown an accident reduction of 72%.
Awesome.
And governments around the world are saying road fatalities can now be reduced with AI. The Indian government, the European government, and new regulations coming out in the US and in Canada are suggesting that every vehicle that is a commercial vehicle on the road should be equipped with this technology, and that helps save lives. It makes the economy more productive, and you get better safety, you get better uptime for fleet, so it makes commercial sense and it makes societal sense. So we think this is an incredible technology wave, and you will see this become a standard fit on every vehicle in the world in the next 10 years. And the way this particular contract, that the Indian government has decided to electrify all the buses that it operates
That's
on
awesome.
the roads. And we just won a contract for 3,600 of these buses and trucks. These are electric vehicles that will be plying on the road starting this year. The initial deployment is 1,300 vehicles. It will ramp up to about 3,600. We believe it could go up to 5,000
I love it.
by the end of the year. So just this contract is about $5.3 million, right? And there are 1 million such vehicles on the road every single year. So we think there's a huge kind of growth ahead for the Drive Buddy business. And this is, remember, it's a pure AI business. And we see this becoming a core part of the story moving forward.
That's one of the aspects that I love most about your company when I looked into it. The Drive Buddy AI piece is what really caught my attention. And so with that, I want to ask, with the Drive Buddy and the potential maker, 72% reduction in accidents, but the Drive Buddy aside, I noticed that you filed at 8K with the strong expectations for revenue growth this fiscal year, targeting 100 million run rate. Talk a little bit about that.
So we are at about a 60 odd million run rate on revenue. Since April, we have announced $35 million in new contracts between April, May, and June. And we are just in the first quarter of our fiscal year. So if you look at our business, let's say we are at 50 to 60 million on a revenue run rate basis. As of December, March will be much better than December. And April onwards, we have already announced, $35 million of new deals. So we are very comfortable in saying that the business will hit on an annually recurring basis about $25 million of revenue a quarter by the end of the year, and profitability. And this is kind of one of the key things. Everybody's talking about AI. We're saying AI is out here making a real world impact on insurance, on mobility, on road safety, and ROADZEN is driving that, and we are proving that at scale in the US, in Europe, in India, with 100 million plus business. That's profitable. And we think we'll be one of the unique AI businesses out there that can show profitability, growth, and real world impact at scale.
I think you are already one of the leaders, and it's just a matter of time before that becomes the norm that everybody knows. The other thing I had to say was, share with us a demonstrable advantage your customers experience when they adopt your platform.
So ROADZEN is focused on the insurance vertical, especially for vehicles, right? So it's auto insurance is what we do. In the US, commercial auto insurance is at what we call a 103% combined ratio, which means that for every $100 of premium that insurers collect, they are spending $103 on paying out claims, on distribution or customer acquisition costs, on managing their internal business, on paying salaries, etc. So they are losing $3 on every $100 they collect. So I call it a terrible operating business for these guys, right? What we have shown is at a most conservative level, a 10% reduction in combined ratio, which means that we can bring combined ratios down from 103 to 94%. How do we do that? We use AI to automate decision making, so you reduce the amount of expense you're incurring in kind of administrating the business. We use AI to root out fraud in claims. We use AI to make claims much faster. We also use AI to make positive selection. I want to be able to select the right kind of drivers and price them at a precision measurement on risk, which again makes all of these decisions add up. That creates a 10 percentage point on a $1 trillion industry. We're talking of $100 billion of extra profits, and we're saying we're just getting started with this. So that, we believe, is the most demonstrable metric of our success in the world of insurance and AI.
Now listen, we talked off camera about something that I feel is going to be a game changer for you guys. Can you dive a little bit into that before our time is up and talk about the induction into the index that you guys will be joining?
Yeah, we're going to be joining the Russell 2000 index on Friday this week, on 26th. And what that means is essentially increased institutional exposure. The index funds, there are about $11 trillion of index funds that track the Russell indexes. And that will lead to a certain amount of buying in the stock, which we think can be a really good and positive catalyst for the business. So we look at, our market makers tell us it'll be between 6 to 8 million shares of additional buying that will come through between now and Friday or over the next week or so, which we think will be great because we are placing it in the hands of these long-term index funds that will allow us to build a much larger institutional base alongside what we are doing to bring in more retail flows into the business, etc. So that, we think, could be a great catalyst for the company.
It will be a great catalyst. I know that investors, long-term investors, love to invest passively into ETFs, and now that with the inclusion of the Russell 2000, you and your company can get and benefit from some of those dollars that will just naturally flow in. And so I'm excited for you. I think this is a really good move. I think this will lead to more, not only interest, but more awareness around the awesome work that you guys are doing. But Rohan, before you leave, give us one last takeaway that you want the audience to know before we depart.
Well, one of the interesting stats we saw, there are 90 companies under $2 billion market cap that are technology companies trading in the US. About 35 of these companies have more than 20% growth. About 12 or 13 of these companies have more than 30% growth. What we project is above 50% growth. There are just 3 companies like that. And ROADZEN is a real world AI company at scale. We think that's a great message for investors to take back from our story, and then look at, we're being adopted by some of the world's leading car makers, insurers, some of the largest fleets in the world are looking at our technology to take them into the future. So that's kind of my message for everybody.
I love it. Rose, and I'll say this on your behalf, I think the work you have done has been remarkable, and I think there's only a matter of time before the stock price catch up to all that you've been doing. I want to encourage you and tell you to keep up the good work. We see it. Sometimes Wall Street is a little slow to the party, but when they get there, and if you keep your foot on the gas, the rest will take care of itself. I want to thank you once again.
Thanks a lot, Chris,
for being here and continue the excellent work that you're doing.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
Yeah. Guys, we're going to wrap it up as we have Rohan from ROADZEN, and again, with the awesome work he's doing, stay tuned, because this is one of those companies that I'm very, very encouraged by with all that he's doing with AI. And until then, we will see you guys in the next one. Take care.